I really love watches. It is a ridiculous passion, a ridiculous pastime when you actually start thinking about what a watch gets you for the money versus what you could use that money for out in the real world. Here are some comparisons just to make it real or unreal, perhaps. So, a Rolex Sea Dweller, $15,000, or you could buy 18 bottles of Grand Cru wine. I'm talking Chateau Margaux, Chateau Neuf de Pape. You could drink a bottle of wine on your birthday for 10 years, at the end of which you'd still have 8 bottles left, and they would have appreciated to be worth more than the $15,000 of the Sea Dweller. That's a pretty interesting trade off, right? Do you want a $30,000 Royal Oak, or do you want a speedboat, and a pretty nice one at that? I mean, that's a pretty crazy choice to make a comparison between the two, the watch versus a speedboat. Going up a price point, Vacheron Overseas in rose gold, 60 grand. That is the median price for hiring a full-time chauffeur. So you could never have to get behind the wheel of a car for a year, or you could have a watch. What are you gonna choose? I love me a Calatrava. Patek make amazing watches. $120,000 for a complicated Calatrava, or two people living at sea on a cruise for a full year. You can have a cabin, all your food, no rent, everything paid for. 120 grand gets you the same. A year at sea or the watch. My family likes to ski. You could buy a renovated studio apartment in Chamonix, France, one of the greatest ski resorts in the world, or you could have a Lange watch. $250,000, either or. Pretty dramatic difference in what you can do with that money. Now we're into the silly money. You could have a Richard Mille watch, 1.5 million, or you could go to one of the greatest universities in the world and set up a permanent university chair, including a scholarship fund to fund kids going to that department for perpetuity. That's a pretty remarkable trade-off, right? These are fun trade-offs, and honestly, the people who can afford $1 million watch can probably do both sides of the equation every time. For me, I've always liked micro brands. I've always liked the value that they represent, the creativity, the limited resources almost versus the super high-end finishing. Maybe one day I'll find my grail watch at the $1 million price point, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. Anyway, which would you choose? Catch you soon. Bye.